Hey YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Today I'm really excited for us to watch a 20-minute Instagram YouTube live from famous Beachbody slash body super trainer Autumn Calabrese, who's going to tell us how to move past the all or nothing mentality. I'm really excited to watch this video, and as always, please let me know what you think about this down below.
Good morning, you guys. Happy hump day. Hope everybody's day is off to a great start. Mine is here. I'm at my house in Florida, which is always such a nice treat for me. I'm actually only here for like a day and a half, and then I'm going to go up north a little bit to West Palm Beach for Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny. So super duper excited for that. But obviously the other day I put up a post in my stories asking you guys how I could help you. And I went through, I said I screenshotted all the questions because there were so many good ones and there was no way to answer them all in one day. So I'm actually finding it really fun to kind of do it like this, to come on live and be able to talk about one question at a time. Yes, so I'll give a minute while everybody's logging on. Yes, you guys, my surgery last week was an elective surgery. I'm okay. It was breast augmentation. I just had my boobs done smaller. That's me. That's what I wanted for me. And I'm loving it. I'm feeling really good. I'm recovering really great. So yeah, thank you for asking. Okay.
That's great, Autumn. It's important that we all feel confident and happy in our skin. And if you thought that your first try at breast augmentation didn't really work the way you wanted, it's really, really great that you were able to go back and get the exact look that you wanted that would help you feel more confident. So that's wonderful. Also, this shirt on her, this color is great. It really, really suits her. She looks really, really nice today.
So today's topic, because this was okay, emotional eating was probably the question I got asked the most about, and we talked.
There's a video on her Instagram about emotional eating, and I was thinking of reacting to it, but I don't have the qualifications or the knowledge to really talk about that topic in a meaningful way, in my opinion. And I don't think she does either. Like, I don't think she should be talking about something that deep. That probably requires some professional help if you have a really serious issue with emotional eating. So if you have knowledge on emotional eating or you're a health and wellness professional, fitness professional in some way, and you have background knowledge, I would go check it out on her Instagram.
About that yesterday. Was that yesterday? It was yesterday. Today we're going to talk about the all or nothing mentality, because I think this was the next question that I got the most of, which was, in this busy season, how do you get rid of that all or nothing mentality? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. This one is actually kind of a hard question for me because I don't get it. I get the question, but in my mind, I'm like, all or nothing. Like, why would we want all or nothing, right? If we have a goal, don't you want to work a little bit towards that goal? Like, even if it takes a little bit longer.
Remember the last video we did with Autumn? She was yelling at us, telling us that eating a little bit of candy every day is not healthy. Putting unhealthy foods into our body means that we are not healthy. And the way she was describing it, there was really, really no middle ground, and there was no eating in moderation and eating in balance. And should have said this at the beginning. This one isn't really as potentially triggering as the other Autumn video, but trigger warning, if you do not want to talk about exercise and food, this one, or probably any Autumn video, is not the video for you. And I'm totally fine if you need to skip this one.
If you really have the goal, why wouldn't you want to do something that gets you towards the goal instead of nothing that clearly won't move you towards the goal, right?
Why do you yell at people who don't want to follow your gut protocol exactly perfectly, though? I don't understand that, because you say that people have to follow programs exactly to a T. And if they're not doing that, of course, you don't say this exactly, but if they're not doing that, I feel like she insinuates that people are lazy and people are looking for shortcuts. So with gut protocol, you have to do it exactly right. Even though in a recent national wake up call, I heard a very, very high up top coach say that she does parts of gut protocol and she leaves out other parts. So it's really interesting how she's preaching against the all or nothing mentality when everything she says, her whole narrative, her whole persona is an all or nothing mentality. You either follow Autumn's programs to a T or you are doing your health and fitness wrong.
It would be like saying, I want to earn money and I want a job so I can earn money and pay my bills. But if I don't have a job that pays me $100,000 a year, then I'm just not going to work at all. Like, we wouldn't have that mentality, right? You'd be like, well, I'm going to take the job that maybe pays me a little bit less. And yes, it might make things a little bit harder. It might make things take a little bit longer, but I'll take this job and earn as much money as I can while I work towards the job where I can make even more money, right?
It's not the same thing, Autumn. And in Beachbody, people get an all or nothing mentality because that's what they're taught. They're taught that they have to work out every single day, that they have to be a product of the product, or else they're not a good business owner, and they have to follow the health and the nutrition and fitness programs to a T. Then or else they don't care. So I feel like she should have said, look, I know in the past my narrative may have really encouraged this toxic negative mindset, and I'm really sorry for that. But now that I'm more self-aware of the harms of my narratives that I've pushed, I'm going to give you some tips and advice and my own perspective on it. Because this whole video, she is not acknowledging her own role in perpetuating this mindset within the Beachbody community.
So the same thing when it comes to your health.
It's not the same thing because when you're working, you don't have a whole group of people telling you that you can only accept a job where you make $1 million, or else you're not supposed to, you can't work at all. It's not the same thing because in Beachbody, this messaging, it surrounds everyone. It's ingrained into the company culture, into all the team calls, and it starts from Carl, goes to the top coaches, and then works its way down the pyramid. So no, Autumn, it's not the same.
In your fitness. And here's what I think is happening when people have the all or nothing mentality. I think people are looking at fitness as the vehicle towards an outward appearance only, right? Like, okay, if I don't go crazy hard and sweat and burn and work out for an hour and eat perfectly, if I don't do all of that, then I'm not going to have the six pack anyway, so why bother? Or I'm not going to lose the 5 or the 10 pounds in this next month, so why bother? I might as well just wait till next month when I can go all in and do it really fast or in this shorter period of time.
Again, I wonder where that kind of mindset came from in the past. Since 2007, when Beachbody became an MLM, its entire focus has been on really quick transformations where you might have a month-long or 2-month-long program and coaches will take transformation photos and you can see they lost a significant amount of weight or gained a significant amount of muscle. And there is such a focus on being as small and as toned as possible. And we've heard anecdotal stories about how coaches will drop a bunch of weight and gain a bunch of muscle during a program. And then when that program's done, it will come back on. The weight will come back or they'll lose their muscle. And then by the time the next program comes around, they have another transformation photo. It's really, really unhealthy and to be in that kind of cycle where you're gaining, losing your weight. That can't be good for your body.
It's just such a crazy mentality to have, you guys, because really all you're doing is setting yourself further back, right?
Do you think by her not acknowledging her significant role in this mentality, do you think this is another example of polite gaslighting? Because you just said it's such a crazy mentality, but she's one of the main reasons that people have this mentality in the first place.
So instead, if you look at your fitness and you look at your nutrition and you look at your self-care and you look at your sleep as a part of your overall health and you make it about that, then all of a sudden you don't have this all or nothing mentality because you're doing small things that help improve your health. And that's really what the overall goal should be. Because if you focus on your health, the outward appearance will happen because the inward health is there. So you want to work from the inside out. And I think over the years, we have spent a lot of time focusing on working from the outside in if we even care about the inside, if we even care about our health. We're worried about the six pack, we're worried about the big muscles, we're worried about the number on the scale, but we're not even thinking about it in terms of our health. So instead we have,
I think people are worried about the number on the scale and looking a certain way because I feel like Carl's ideal body type for his trainers is slim and very, very toned, and nothing wrong with having a body like that. But if you think like Jericho is definitely more muscular and so is Elise, but most of them are not as slim as Autumn, but you don't really see a trainer who has a more average body type, because I think like I am not slim by any means, but I'm not big either. Like I feel like my body type is probably pretty average for your average human female living in the world today. And I don't think there's representation of your average everyday normal body type in Beachbody. And so people are really taught to aspire to have a body like Autumn and Megan Davies. Nothing wrong with that, but Autumn, people are focused on the scale and the outward appearance because of Carl, because of your company.
to shift that mentality to making it about your health, and then let the outward stuff just kind of fall into place. Let that be the after effect. Let that be the bonus. Somebody said it's not so simple. It is so simple. It is that simple.
It's not so simple for the person who said that, Autumn, because everyone is different. Everyone has different mental and physical capacities. And if that person said it's not that simple for them, that's the truth.
And here's why. First of all, you can make excuses. Let me say this. You can have excuses or you can have progress, but you can't have both. So you can say it's not that simple, but it is, you guys. And the shift starts up here. Here's why. You don't have.
It could be not that simple because maybe the individual who made that comment is experiencing some mental health struggles that makes it harder to deviate from that kind of negative mindset. Maybe they're going through something traumatic right now, or they're going through issues with their family. I really don't like it when we hear people in MLMs just disregarding people's very, very valid feelings.
To do everything. You don't have to win the race in one workout. So if you get up.
Oh my God, sorry. Autumn, no one is saying we need to win the race in one workout. No one said that. No one would say that. That's silly.
And it is a crazy busy day for you, right? And you're like, I don't have time for that 30-minute workout that I was going to do. So instead, I'm just going to skip my workout. One option, probably not the best option, because I bet you have 5 minutes. I bet you have 5 minutes to go outside and walk. Or I bet you have 5 minutes to stretch your body out. I bet you have 5 minutes, if you are a body member, to get on Body and do a body fiver. 5 minutes of legs, 5 minutes of booty, 5 minutes of core, 5 minutes cardio, whatever it might be. I bet you have 5 minutes. And those 5 minutes are better than no minutes. And it is that simple. It's the mindset that nobody wants to shift. It's the mindset of wanting to make the excuses. It's the mindset of going, no, it's not, I can't, I don't have time, blah, blah, blah. We all have 5 minutes or 10 minutes to do something. You guys, I don't care if you.
Okay, Autumn, not everyone in the world has 5 minutes that they have to themselves every single day. And something that's really important to note, just because someone has the 5 minutes in their schedule open does not mean that it's available for working out. People need self-care. People need to turn their brains off, especially if you're a parent with kids or you have a lot of responsibilities. Say you are a caregiver to your sick parent. Not everyone has 5 minutes. And if they have the 5 minutes, then they might need to use that to relax and shut their brain off after a hard day. Autumn is definitely more privileged, and it's really easy for her to say that everyone has 5 minutes while sitting at her Florida vacation home, in my opinion. She's about to tell us that she would rather us do 10 squats than do nothing.
You grab a chair and you stand up and sit down 10 times. You just did 10 squats. And 10 squats is better than no squats. And that's just it. Now, is the 5 minutes going to get you to lose 5 pounds in a month? Probably not. Probably not. But is it going to help keep you in the mindset of I'm physically active, I work out. I am a person who works out, whether you work out 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 20, 30, 45 hour, whatever. Does it keep you in that mentality of I'm a person who does things to improve my health on a daily basis? Yes, it will.
I don't disagree with that. I do things like that a lot too. Especially when I'm at the office and I get home quite late and I'm really hungry for dinner. I usually like to work out for like half an hour, but on those days it's like, no, I want to eat. I'm tired. I will work out for like 15 minutes and I'll like often split it up because I'll like turn on the oven and then I'll go and start my workout. When the oven goes off, I'll go back and put my food in the oven, then continue my workout. When it goes off again, I'll go like flip over my food that's in the oven and I'll do it like that on days when I have to go into the office. So I don't disagree with that. I think that is good advice to just do something to keep yourself in the routine if you want to. And you also do not have to. It's totally up to all of us to determine how we spend our time. And I really don't think that Autumn should be telling us that we're making excuses and we're lazy because maybe we have a harder life and we're struggling with something right now. And I don't like the assumption that everyone has the same capacity to do everything. I'm looking down at my like bar here for the Instagram video and it's just like not loading at all. So I'm not sure what's going on, but if it like just stays in the same spot and doesn't load more, then I'll just like split this video into two and we'll just have two shorter videos.
So when you start doing that, that's where the shift happens and that's where the mindset shift happens. And you're not making it about, am I losing the weight quickly this month or am I getting the 6-pack this month? You're saying, I'm doing this because it helps improve my health. Even a centimeter. I would rather have a centimeter improvement than standing still or moving backwards. Because a centimeter forward is a centimeter forward. One step at a time. You guys, I would say this in the original 21-day fit.
I really, really agree with that. But we all know how completely opposite this is to the reality of Beachbody narrative and approach to health and fitness.
It's one step at a time. It's one move at a time. It's one workout at a time. It's one meal at a time. That's all it is. It's these series of small little things. And when you add them all together, that's the big picture. That is the big picture of health. That is the big picture of fitness. That is the big picture of feeling your best in your skin, looking the way you want to look and feel, whatever that is for you. It is the small steps daily. So maybe you're traveling and you know it's going to be a hard day of eating, like you're going to be at the airport, right? And you're not going to have the best options to food. Instead of saying F it and having a crappy breakfast, that's the time to have the great breakfast. That's the time to have the fully loaded breakfast with the veggies and the healthy protein. That's the time to throw an apple in your bag so you have a healthy snack on the plane. You might end up eating something that's not quite so healthy at the airport, but at least you put the fruit and the veggies in when you could. Like yesterday, I was showing you guys my fully loaded.
I don't hate that advice too. I think it's a good idea to be healthy in ways that you can when you're away from home and you don't have the ability to like cook in the exact way that you want to cook. But I think not everyone has access to healthy and fresh food and produce. So again, I think while this advice is good for those who can afford it, I think it does come from a place of privilege again, because what if we can't afford to buy apples and healthier snacks to bring on the plane? What if all we have is like a big pack of like granola bars from Costco, you know? And I'm torn because I think it's good advice on one hand, but I do think it comes from a place of privilege. It looks like I'm probably going to split this video into two. I'm sorry about that.
Shake on the way to the airport. I never know what I'm going to get on the airplane. I actually ended up with a really great meal on the airplane yesterday, which I was so thrilled about, but that doesn't happen very often. It was lots of veggies and some shrimp. I was like cocktail shrimp. I was like, yes, killing the game, American Airlines, but that rarely happens. But in my bag, I had a chopstick. In my bag, I had an apple. In my bag, I had some of my like the chickpea snacks, the roasted chickpea snacks that I like, because I have little snacks on hand so that if I got hungry, I was good to go. You guys, it's the little things. So, yeah, maybe you're gonna not have the best, most healthy meal when you're traveling at some point. But there are things that you can do to put the nutrients in that will help. So
There are things you can do if you have access to healthy food. If you don't, then I'm sorry, you're just screwed, apparently, according to Autumn.
That's my thought on the all or nothing mentality is stop trying to win the race every day. Stop trying to accomplish it all in one workout. Stop trying to accomplish it all in one meal and do the best where you can right now. That's really this message of health esteem that Body and Carl is moving towards. It's meeting yourself where you're at and saying, I can do this much right now. And I can be proud of doing this much right now.
I'm gonna stop it here because it's gonna freeze anyways. Sorry if you can hear my upstairs neighbor is shoveling right outside the living room window, so you might hear. I am going to wrap this one up, this part of the video up, and then I'll start right at 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Give it a chance to load, and we'll finish it up. I'd love to hear your thoughts so far on this video, and I think the basis of the advice is great, and it's a really good approach to staying active and trying your best to eat healthy, but not everyone has 5 minutes to spare for a quick walk or to stretch their body. Not everyone has that kind of time available. Not everyone is able to keep really healthy snacks on hand. That's not everyone's reality. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time and have a good night. Bye.